I'm back. 2 weeks in a row. This might become a habit. I don't think so, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, winter is coming. You know, the days are getting shorter now and all that kind of stuff. The lake's cooling off. Fishing's going to be better, but the swimming, not so much. You know, it gets down below about 85-ish, 80-ish, and yeah, nipples get all hard and stuff. It's hard to swim. For this ginger, anyway. I don't know about y'all, but all right, enough of that shit. Let me get this call underway here. And I still got to get, we get somebody to answer, and then I'll add you, Lori. Hey, who do I got? There's David. What's up, David? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, all right. There's Lance is on. Hey, man, we're rocking. Okay, where's Charlie? Where's Charlie? Gotta get.
Is this working?
There he is. Charlie's on. Ding. David's on. Nope. David hadn't answered yet. Prepper Chicks is adding in. All right, we might have a fucking show going on. There's somebody just picked up. There's David.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Oh, not much. Just got off a hour-long Skype call.
Oh, no shit. With who?
Oh, with 5 other guys I'm going to be doing my weekly show with here in a couple weeks.
Right on. I heard, Lance told me that you were scouring Twitter looking for people to do a weekly.
Dude, I'm just overwhelmed with people, man, that want to do this. I mean, I've had 10 people that wanted to be hosts with. There's going to be 6 of us on there as hosts.
Awesome. So, but before the show's over with, you need to drop a link in the chat a bunch of times.
Well, it's going to be on my in-game YouTube channel. It's going to be on YouTube Live. But,
right
I've got to figure it out. I've never used YouTube Live before, so I don't know anything about it.
I just set up an event when I do it. You know, I schedule an event, and even if it's like 10 minutes beforehand, you can schedule it up, and then it goes live at that time. And then you just pull up your broadcast page and hit, broadcast. So it's not hard at all, dude. I can walk you through it one of these days.
And it's going to be called Global Intel Review.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
It's going to be all intelligence news that we've talked about for the past couple. It should be pretty good.
For the last couple of decades? Not that long.
Yeah. No, it should be good. We're going to have it every Wednesday night. It's going to be Wednesday nights at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, and it's going to start not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after.
And how long is it going to be?
Probably about 2 hours, I imagine.
So you're going to step on my show? Fuck you, man.
On Wednesdays? You have your show on Wednesdays?
What days today?
Wednesday.
Well, I didn't know if you said you didn't have a set schedule, so I had no. You may not even be around in 2 weeks. Who knows, man?
Yeah, that's true. You do your thing, brother. You do your thing.
I think it's going to be too hard. We're going to have another meeting next week. Like I said, I've been trying to talk. I've got moderators. We've got everything in the world, man. This one guy's an IT guy, and they've got big grand plans. And I'm like, well, I'll just go along with whatever you guys want to do. So
awesome sauce. Awesome.
Sound like a big, good group of guys, though, after our first conversation today. So
cool beans. Hope it works out really good.
I hope so, man.
What's up, Lori?
Hello.
Long time no talk to you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to do all this. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Aren't you doing a weekly show too, though? I keep seeing you post on Facebook about it and stuff.
I kind of took the summer off and had an adventure and did my first show last night, actually.
Oh, right. How'd it go?
So, yeah.
How'd it go?
It went very well.
Awesome.
It went very well. We're exposing the corruption of our electrical grid.
Yeah, I saw some stuff about, EMPs and different ways to harden your house against an EMP and stuff like that I saw.
We didn't go there.
No?
No, that wasn't us. We stayed away from the tinfoil last night and just did straight up, this is what the fuck is wrong. So
yeah,
we got enough problems without EMPs and all that craziness.
Yeah, it's just as bad as the phone wiring that's out there and all the cable wiring that's, I don't know. Sometimes when cable companies get bought out, the new company that comes in will go around and hang new cable and put up new infrastructure, new poles and whatnot. But generally not. They run over everything that's already existing up in the air because it's exorbitantly expensive to replace it. So
absolutely, we ran into that at pizza shops all the time. There was so much wiring that it was unreal. But no, we were talking more about how they self-regulate themselves and things like that. So,
what's up, Angus?
The greed behind them.
You're on live. We're on live, Bubba. Say hi. Don't just look at him. Say hi. Yeah, he's mesmerized by the camera. He's probably looking at me going, what the fuck is that human doing talking to the thing on the wall? So, yeah.
Well, it does look like a giant penis, so I can understand that.
What does?
Your microphone.
Oh, you like big black penises? Is that's what you're used to seeing? Big black penises?
Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
I know, man. You know, you can't... She comes on, and within 15 minutes, it's like gutter. Gutter. Just gutter. You're not going out right now, man. Go lay down. All right. Let's bring Lance up in here and see what he's got to say. I see him on mute over there, so he's probably doing a bong hit.
Well, I mean, I don't have a show. I don't have a YouTube channel. I'm definitely not leading as exciting life as you guys.
Jeez, man, start singing a country song, Lance.
Yeah,
man, I'll tell you what. My dog left me.
My dog left me.
But no, I've been, working hard and playing hard, going fishing every weekend on the boat.
Yeah, I want to hear some more about the fishing stuff. I've only gotten one photo and one video. So,
man, we went out last week for cobia, put the chum thing down, and we caught one cobia and fought it for 45 minutes. Got it in the boat, and some bitch was 2 inches short, so we had to throw it back. It was only 38 inches, and we needed 40 to keep it. And we caught about 8 sharks, all about 1 to 3 feet long, 2 feet long.
Very nice.
But that was last weekend. I mean, we didn't do anything weekend before that.
How far are you going offshore?
A mile, maybe a mile and a half, too. We go out to what's called Yorktown Spit. It's out there in the Chesapeake Bay, York River, right before the Chesapeake Bay. And in the channel, they got a bunch of cement stuff sunk. And, you drop your chum pot hanging on the side of your boat, drop it down there. Put one of them squiggly eels on the end of your line and throw it in and wait for them to bite.
Are you just sitting static or are you trolling?
No, you can troll. There's plenty of people that do and try to catch them on the surface.
Yeah.
But we put anchor down, and, I mean, we're in no more than 20 feet of water.
Oh, no shit. Is it clear enough you can see them swimming?
Oh, no. No.
No. Well, no. I guess if it's in a river, yeah, you're probably getting a bunch of shit
it's a pretty fast flowing, too.
Right on. Well, sounds like fun, man. I'm glad you and your dad are enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun,
Awesome.
But that's it.
All right. David, get us caught up to speed with what's going on up there in the Great White North. David?
It's a blizzard.
I guess.
It's still warm up here. It was like 75 today.
Well, that's not too bad. That's actually pleasant.
Supposed to get back into the 80s here in a couple days.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught the post that I put up yesterday, but the heat index was 125.
Wow.
It was, yeah. I was out in it though.
Impressive.
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it didn't feel that bad. It didn't feel like it was any hotter than the day before, right? So it didn't really. I was kind of weirded out by it, but I was out in it. I was out messing with the chicken house, getting everything tightened up on it, but I've got more chickens. Everybody, just to keep you up to date on what's going on. Yep, I got 8.
When did that happen?
2 days ago, 3 days ago.
What kind?
Buff Orpingtons again, because I love those birds. They hardly eat any food at all, and they just shit eggs. So it's very, they're very productive. They're very productive birds, and they're very easy to care for because they're hardy. They last over the winter. The cold doesn't bother them. So it's very
cool.
And
I bet you have a beautiful yellow bowl to collect your eggs in too.
I was just going to tell you that, since you're not going to come back and pick it up or, whatever, it's just going to get utilized here. So I actually took the coop
I've got to fix my truck.
I took the coop from the other side of the house where it was. Well, I don't know if you remember where it was, Lori, but it was out in the front. It was out in the front, and it wasn't really protected all that well by anything. So I drug it all around back and put it inside the fence and rebuilt everything, put it up, and I need to paint it now so that it matches the red and yellow just doesn't match the house and stuff. So, but
so are you staying?
Yeah, I haven't told the realtors yet, but I'm going to Friday. I'm going to tell them that they can come pick the sign up, and I'm just going to stay.
Okay.
Because I've only had 2 bites on it in 3 months now, so
yeah.
People just don't want this. For whatever reason, they don't want it. They think that it's just a piece of shit when they drive by on the outside, and I don't know why. Because it looks nice. It's got a 100-year roof. It's got new windows. It's whatever.
Well, they want a trailer out there.
No, most of them want something that's brand new. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for new built, or less than. When they hear that it was built in '78, they're like, "Oh, it's that old." So there you go. Yeah, it's that old. It's built when they built them right, instead of the stick-built shit that you find now. But whatever, and they can all go fuck. This is my place now. Fuck it, I'm staying. They'll find me sitting in one of my very expensive chairs as a pile of dust one day.
Well, I'll come get my bowl. So.
Well, when you come back to pick it up, it'll be full of eggs.
I have eggs, but I appreciate that.
You'll take them anyway. You can throw them at cars on the way home.
Says who?
Says me.
Oh, hell no. You're not the boss of me.
No.
Clean my headlights while I'm there.
I could do that. So what's wrong with your truck? You said you had to fix your truck?
Oh my God, what hasn't been wrong with it? I don't know. Well, now I got to get E-joint or ball joints on it. So I've been sitting home.
Yeah, those things need maintenance. Cars need maintenance. You're supposed to shoot grease in them and stuff, and even the last forever parts don't last forever. So, shit happens.
Jeez, it does.
All right, Charlie, up to date on your neck of the woods.
Lost a military buddy.
I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, it sucked. 2 years younger than I am, and
wow.
It was just unfortunate. I feel real bad for his dad. His dad lost a sister and a son all in 1 week. So
was it an accident or?
What's that?
Was it an accident or health stuff or?
It was a health issue, and the shitty part about it was he was scheduled to go in for surgery to get a stent put in, and he died probably about 4 hours before the surgery.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a shit deal. I've been talking to his dad and his brother, and he and I went through basic together, went through tech school together. Kind of lost contact, but kind of a little bit reconnected a few years ago. But yeah, it was kind of a surprise. Real good dude. Real good dude. Just a kind individual, and it just sucky deal. Real sucky deal. So just kind of been dealing with that for the minute. Next week it'll be on to something else.
My heart's with you, brother. Thank it is.
You.
All right. Well, since we're on a kind of a glum note or whatever, I don't know however you want to say it. I make my own words up sometimes. Go ahead, David. Jump into the headlines and let's hear what shit is happening on the rest of the sucky planet.
Well, we'll start with Epstein. Part with Epstein.
You want to start with Epstein? Lance wants to start with Epstein, so we'll dive into Epstein. Hold on to your headlines for just a little bit, David. I'm actually going to... What?
I wasn't guarding him. No, not my fault.
So since you wanted to start with Epstein, Lance, let's go ahead and we'll let you start.
So even my parents, who think I'm crazy, they were like, "There's no way he killed himself," and I'm like, "I'm guessing he's not even dead." That that's I'm betting with that one. That he's not even dead.
No, that's one of my theories too. Now here's the thing. They either one of two things happened. He either bought his way out of prison and they just found somebody that looked like him and capped that fool and laid him on a gurney, and now Epstein's free and drinking Mai Tais wherever the fuck he's at because he's not at his island. The FBI is raiding the motherfucker. We'll get into that in just a minute. Or the Justice Department, this is one of the first things that popped into my head, and I don't know why. As soon as I heard that he had killed himself, quote unquote, this is the first thing that popped in. One of the first things that popped into my head. The Justice Department snuck him away, and they are keeping him secret until some of these indictments get dropped and people do perp walks and think that they're just going to go dancing through the courthouse with their high-dollar lawyer and everything's going to be okay. And then out walks Epstein. I don't know. That I might be really, really stretching on that one. You guys can let me know one way or the other, but go ahead, Lance. Finish your brain fart.
No, I mean, if he had plastic surgery, on another island somewhere, he's got enough money. But
I still want to know where the fuck he made all his money. I really, really want to know where he made all his money because everybody
never thought about it.
Yeah,
blackmail.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
It's all blackmail money.
Here's one other thing too. When this Florida thing happened and he got off on the really, really easy charge down there, the slap on the wrist thing, and Cuomo or whoever the fuck that cat's name was that was the DA down there, when he said that he was intelligence, did that make you think CIA? Did that make you think Mossad? I'm throwing that out to everybody. I mean, if he's tied with intelligence, who do you think he's tied to? I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
it would have to be.
I'm pretty sure it ain't us.
Well, he's Jewish, so most likely he's with the Mossad.
Yeah. Okay. So, Lance, are you done? You got anything else you want to toss in there? I mean,
yeah, I was just wanting to hear everybody else's thoughts and theories on it.
Yeah, this is a whole show, dude. I mean, we're only 20 minutes in, so you're going to have to do some speaking in this one. So just so you know, just giving you a heads up.
Got it.
Okay. Charlie?
I think they gave him a choice to either I think he took a cyanide tablet. That's what I think. They basically walked in there and just said, "Here, take this, and you're out." That's what I think. I think he's dead.
You really do think he's dead?
I think so. There. I don't think there's any place on this planet this guy can go at this point because everybody knows his name, knows what he looks like. I don't see a way for this guy to get out. Come
on, man. Come on. The corruption is so thick everywhere.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And plus what Lance said, man, he's got billions of dollars. Right? I mean, so what he could have his brain pulled out and stuck into a gorilla or something. You know what I mean? He's got that kind of money.
Well, I don't think he did himself. I think he was.
You think he was capped?
Yeah. I think he was done. This is what I think.
Well, I mean, they had that big ass fucking monster cop in there with it. Would you say?
Yeah, no, I would. If I was him, I wouldn't have done myself. There's no way.
I don't think I don't think he's got that kind of balls. I think he's a pussy. I don't think he could ever kill himself.
I do too. I don't.
I want to live. I got all this money. I want to live. I could hear him saying it. Curled up in the corner. What were you going to say, Lance?
Yeah, he either was killed or he got shuttled off. I don't think he killed himself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't believe he killed himself.
I don't think he's dead. If they were going to kill him, they'd have had that big diesel cop do it 2 weeks ago when he got, when they found him all curled up in the fetal position on the floor of his cell.
I think he got thrown off the same aircraft carrier that Bin Laden did.
Yeah, you told me that on Skype. That was pretty funny. I just don't. This is too. Even if you were writing a story and trying to make it the most fucked up, unbelievable story that you could ever write, this surpasses that. And that's the fact that they're trying to pull it off as fact. Just makes it even that much more bogus. You know what I mean? He was on suicide watch, and then conveniently a couple days before this all happened, he was off suicide watch, and he was only on a 30-minute charge, right? They were supposed to come in there and check on him every 30 minutes. No camera footage. Oh, my God. How many times have we heard that? Some mysterious visitor comes in at 30 minutes before he was fucking found dead, or an hour or whatever. I mean, some mysterious visitor shows up that day. What else? The cops sleeping. Yeah, the cops are sleeping on the fucking job. I mean, come on, man. You couldn't make this shit up.
And one of them wasn't even a correctional officer. That was his part-time job. So they're going to put a part-time job guy who's not trained to be a correctional officer in charge of America's number one enemy. Come on.
Yeah. It was his day off as a Walmart greeter, so he was on his second gig. Come on, man. This is just, and this is so laughable that even the rest of the world is going, wait, what? So,
so let's go down that road a little bit. Let's go 6 months, a year, even 2 years down the road.
Let's do that, Charlie.
and let's say behind the scenes, his information is, in air quotes, leaked out, regardless, out of, mysteriously. Where does he surface, or does he surface again? I mean, he's going to be continually hunted, even if he's behind the scenes. I mean, you gotta at least assume that.
Hunted by who? He hadn't said shit.
Not yet, but if you get more and more information coming out, and it just comes out, air quotes again, it's somebody knows something, and people are so arrogant that they're not going to keep their mouth shut. If he is alive, somebody is going to say something, and then he's going to be hunted down again. It's where does he resurface?
On his own fucking island. He's already got one island. What makes you think he doesn't have another one? There's no fucking way he's dead, dude. There's just no way he's dead. There's no way he's dead.
All right.
I can't even fathom the fact that this is why I think that the Justice Department secreted him out of there and threw a body double in there, and it's because it's so unbelievable that it's the only way that they could make that fly, right?
I mean, he's one of the 1%. They're not going to kill each other.
Yeah, because when these indictments, what'd you say, Lance?
Well, he's part of the 1%. They don't kill themselves. They take care of each other.
That's true. That's true too. But yeah, I think he was given an ultimatum. You're either going to go to prison for the rest of your life as a baby raper and probably get your ass handed to you when we put you in Gen Pop, or you can turn on these other motherfuckers and let them go sleep with Bubba, and we'll put you in a secret hideaway for a little while, and then in 10 years when nobody remembers who the fuck you are, we'll let you out. And then they're going to bring him out when all these fucking indictments fall. Because look, they went to, now, okay, here's the thing about them raiding the island. The FBI is either there gathering a ton of fucking evidence, or they're destroying a ton of fucking evidence. One of those two things are happening on that island, or have happened.
Option 2.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, they're destroying evidence. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This is the same FBI you're talking about that came out on May 30th and said that if you mention anything like what we're talking about right now, anything about conspiracy is now deemed a terrorist event. That same FBI? Give me a break.
Yeah, the same one that said that, and then Trump comes out and says the thing about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. You guys discuss some of this shit amongst yourselves. I'm going to let this dog out before he shits on the floor. Hang on.
So what do you all think about the Bill Clinton wearing that blue dress and the red high heels, the painting in his living room there?
That was pretty sexy.
It was hideous.
That was pretty sexy.
You don't wear red shoes with a blue dress.
That had to be some kind of Illuminati painting or something, man.
You can see Lori's level of offense right there.
What'd I miss?
Wear that.
I come back and you're talking about Lori. What'd I miss?
We're talking about Bill Clinton wearing that blue dress and the red high heels and that painting
that
when you walk into Epstein.
She's not upset about the dress. She just said that you can't wear this with that. I mean, hello.
Do you think he was a cross-dresser in real life?
Is he wearing white after October? Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
I believe people aren't worked up about. I think we can't
wear those linens.
We've had cross-dressing presidents before, so I guess this wouldn't be a surprise. But to see Bill sitting there with his legs crossed, wearing a blue dress and red high heels.
That was the Monica Lewinsky dress, right?
Hideous.
Yeah.
See, this is. I don't think it's a. I don't think it was a photograph.
No pantyhose. He didn't shave his legs either. That's gross. So gross.
Did he have a cigar with him too in that painting, or?
How long was he sitting in the pose, or did they just snap a photo and paint it off the photo?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was a painting of him.
Was he sitting there? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Was he sitting for the painting? Was he sitting there for an hour and a half with a fucking cigar?
Oval Office.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! You all have been drunk at one time, and you've done stuff that you've regretted. Tell me I'm wrong.
I've never wore a dress. All
you motherfuckers have probably been in a dress.
Hell no, I ain't never wore a fucking dress. Nope.
Jumped off a cliff before, but not wearing a dress.
You've seen me in a kilt. You've seen me in a kilt. That's a huge difference.
I've woke up naked in a tent before, but I've never had a dress on.
Oh. See now.
I'm not even going to ask who you were camping with, David.
I
hope that wasn't a Boy Scout camping adventure that you were on, David, when you woke up naked.
It was a family camping thing. I woke up, I got drunk that night before, and next morning I woke up naked laying in a tent. My brother-in-law zipped open my tent to wake me up, and I'm laying there stark-ass naked in the tent.
Damn.
And they call him Moses.
Dave, you need to write a book. You need to really write a book.
My name used to be Naked Dave.
Naked Dave.
Done. That's done. The next time I fucking have you on the show, I'm calling you Naked Dave as soon as you come on the air, dude. What's up, Naked Dave?
I'm serious. So I don't know why. I think I got hot in the middle of the night, and I just stripped everything off, and I was laying there. But my brother-in-law was like, "What the fuck?" He said he didn't know what to say.
I'm glad you just didn't have vomit and piss all over you. That would have been really bad, man.
Stems back to your Navy days.
And the funny thing is, I don't know where my clothes went though. I think I went out to take a leak in the middle of the night by the lake, and I just stripped down to everything, and I don't know where my clothes were, and I don't ever think I found my clothes.
Some bears walking around the woods dressed to the nines.
You got a fucking badger out there wearing a fucking Metallica t-shirt.
That was probably about, when was that? That was probably back in 2010.
Oh, shit.
Or maybe 2006, something like that.
He's probably got on some fly Converse and a pair of Levi button flies and
jean shorts and a Metallica.
I'm just glad it wasn't my mother-in-law that didn't zip. She would have had a surprise. She would have zipped down my tent. And there I am laying there naked.
No shit. That looks like a dick, only smaller. Okay, let's go. Speaking of small dicks, let's go back to talking about Epstein. Lori, what's your take on all this? How was that for a segue? Was that a good segue?
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you,
man. That was good. I can't wait for the weather transition.
Score!
Why do I get the small dick part?
We're just talking about Epstein, so there you go. Go ahead.
I think, it's nice to think that with the bad people that run this country, there's just as many good people, and that they're kind of fighting this special little war that we don't know a whole lot about. So, but that being said, I don't think he's dead at all. I think that they are scrambling right now, both sides, to try and make sure that they keep everything covered up.
Here's another thing. Okay.
all hell was about to break loose.
Right. Here's a couple of things that just right off the top. Number one, if they went to raid the island, why didn't they simultaneously raid all of his other properties that they know he has? You know, why are they just going to go, okay, now we're done at the island, let's go over to Nevada and raid the place over in Nevada. And, you know, they're giving everybody time to do whatever they got to do with the evidence that they've, you know. So whatever. That's one reason that I think that the Justice Department is involved in this somehow, that they've already got all the evidence that they need. And this is all just show. Anyway, I pray that I'm right about that. I pray that they drag this fucking scumbag out in a court of law and have him point at a bunch of really, really powerful people and go, yeah, I got tapes on all you motherfuckers.
You'll never see him again.
Well, hey, I don't give a shit at that point. I don't give a shit at that point. You know, this is just like the Hillary evidence. If they actually brought out the Hillary evidence and showed it to the fucking people out there, it would wake a bunch of them up out of their sleep, man. You know what I mean? It's going to take some raw fucking footage to wake some of these people up. They're going to have to see the tape of whoever fucking a little kid. They're going to have to see it. Otherwise, they're just going to continue with their rhetoric going, no, it's not possible. Whatever. You know?
Does anything surprise you anymore, though, coming out?
Absolutely
it's at the
not.
point right now, I feel that anybody in those positions right now, or in Hollywood, or a few other places, they're all scum.
Yeah, every fucking one of them.
All scum.
Every fucking one of them. And if they say, I'm not involved with it, I never did anything, no, but you didn't say shit about the people that you knew that did.
Yeah.
It's just like the bad cops. You know, the good cops are just as culpable as the bad cops because the good cops don't do shit about the bad cops. So there you go. That's the way it's got to be, too. You can't just stand there and say, I'm sorry, I was just doing my job. Tough shit, Jack. There are consequences for your actions.
Yep.
Well, you know, and this is disturbing with you know, you and I have been talking about trafficking and stuff for years now.
Yep.
So this is all coming out. We know.
That's why, you know, and I'm like...
I don't think the media thinks it's all that important. I really don't. I think it's just a cover story. As horrendous as we think it is, I think they're just using it to cover up a bunch of other shit that they want to keep us distracted from, because they're trying to shock us into being paralyzed and not reacting.
Oh, and there's just so many other distractions going on too, man. I mean, you got the Democratic debates, you got a fucking rock the size of Manhattan flying by the earth every 3 fucking days now that the scientists don't know. You know, it's just whatever. They know that this is not going to go away. This is the dead carcass under the house. You know what I mean? The whole place is stinking now, and the fact that they're trying to play this off like this cat committed suicide. Here's another thing. Since he's committed suicide, he has fallen completely off the fucking radar of all the mainstream media. Like, all these people that he has molested are now just fucked, right? They're not going to get their day in court. They're not going to see any justice. It's not going to fly, people. It's not going to fly. This is not going to go away. It will not go away. And that's another reason that I pray they've got this fucking dude hidden away somewhere, you know, squeezing every amount of fucking information that they can out of him. Because if he is sitting on an island drinking a Mai Tai,
they all know what's going on.
Well, yeah, they've got records and stuff. I mean, you know, if they really got all the tapes that they said they've got, the CDs that say, you know, child 1 plus blank, you know, whatever if they've seriously got all that, and I don't think that they don't have it, because otherwise how would we know about it, right? It got leaked by somebody. They really don't need him for anything except the fact that he can stand there and go, yep, he did it.
Well, they still need him to pimp out underage girls to the New World Order. You know, he's just doing it secretly now. You know, they need someone to move the women from the Vatican. You know, they need. He
wasn't the top dog in that fucking bullshit anyway, man. He had people hooking him up. So you know, that Giselle, what the fuck's her name? Giselle, whatever the fuck, or what? I can't remember what that chick's name is. The European chick that he was banging for a while. She's the one that was hooking him up with all the younger girls.
Well, everybody talks about Epstein. What gets me, Epstein, whether dead or alive, whatever, the Vatican's still kicking.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He ain't the only motherfucker. Look at the plane logs, for Christ's sake, man. And don't just look for Bill Clinton or whoever, whatever kind of movie. Look at the plethora of names that are on those fucking logs. All of the people that were involved with this cat are probably poking kids.
Or worse, I'm not even sure sex with little kids is what the worst of this is.
No, that's true.
I think it goes a lot more intense.
Sacrifice, yeah. I know exactly where you're going with that. And I don't know. I didn't see any statue of Moloch on his island anywhere, but I haven't seen the whole overview, so I don't know. I know that the house that he's got on there is kind of creepy looking with the whole, I don't know, Egyptian kind of motif thing. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh. Well, like I said, Epstein's one thing, but the Vatican's one of the most powerful organizations in the world, and they're just not raping underage girls. They're raping underage little boys.
Yeah, anybody.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yep.
Specifically boys. All those priests are all pedophiles, man, and they're not going after girls. They're going after boys.
Yep.
To me, that's even sicker.
Put the big picture together. Don't focus on just, the priests are doing this and these people are doing this. Step back and look at the big picture.
Keep going. What's the big picture that you're talking about, Lori? Don't just hang it out there.
I think we should save that for another show.
What the fuck are you talking? Come on, man. We're only 40 minutes into this one. Go.
40 minutes.
You can't just drop. That's like unzipping your fly and whipping your dick out and going, you got to wait till next week for the banger. Come on, man. What big picture are you talking about?
Give me the little penis side. So, yes, I can. I've extended the warranty on that. I just think that we get fixated on these little things and we need to step back away from them and start linking all of this together into one giant ass picture on what's going on in this planet.
We've already been doing that for 10 years. We know the big picture. That's another thing I can't stand about all these fucking people that are just starting to wake up to shit that we've already known for a decade. Like, where the fuck were all you people when we were talking about it back in the day? Welcome to the club, fucker. You got a long way to go before you wake up all the way. You're only about a third of the way down the rabbit hole. So don't be all proud of yourself and patting your shit on the back because you got a long fucking way to go. That's what I want to say to people like Steven Crowder and fucking Benjamin Owen or Owen Benjamin, whatever the fuck his name is. These guys are just crawling out of the woods thinking that they got all their shit put together and they don't even have a fucking clue yet. So, yeah. That's
to some degree, I don't think we do either, and I say that as in your respect and Dave and everybody that you're farther along than a lot of people. I just think that here shortly we're going to see a lot of things open up that even we're going to be shocked about. So
and nothing shocks me anymore. Nothing shocks me. So they can throw whatever they want to throw out there because. I don't know. I guess it's when you get to a certain point where. And I've been saying this for over a decade too, man. You get to a certain point where you know that everything you've ever been taught or shown is fucking completely wrong, then nothing shocks you anymore. You know what I mean? Because the truth is not going to be denied. It's not going to be denied. It might take another 10 lifetimes for it to finally creep out, but the truth's going to creep out. So
it's got to be revealed.
Yeah. Everything will be in time, in his time.
Absolutely.
In his time. So.
Yep. But this is a perfect example of why when Charlie mentioned why I'm just making fun of Bill Clinton. This is why. Nothing. I mean, what are you going to do? Get irate about it that Bill Clinton is wearing a dress with red shoes?
Yeah,
I mean,
hey man, if that's what Epstein wants to jerk off to when he walks in his fucking door, I don't care. I want to see them in cuffs. I want to see them walking the perp walk. I want to see them in a court of law before a jury of us, not their peers, all the little fuckos in Washington or wherever. I want to see them in front of a 12 Joey bag of donuts. And I want to see them get I want to see some of them get the death penalty.
Thrown into the pits of hell.
Well, there is no hell, but
pigs. Throw them to the pigs.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
And televise it.
That'd be a good one. Sure would.
In his blue dress with red shoes and yeah.
I don't think it matters.
Or Death by 1,000 Cuts on Netflix or pay-per-view or something. I would pay to see that too. Death by 1,000 Cuts.
I still like the pigs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like the gladiator shit, you know what I mean? But you're not fighting a lion, and we're not going to give you a sword and a shield, and you're just going to get your ass ate. That would be good. Or, you know, the old standby, why not put them in a room with the parents of the kids that they molested? I could go for that too. And I think that should be on pay-per-view. I would pay to see Bill Clinton get beat to a pulp. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I would pay to see Hillary beaten to a pulp. I would pay to see Barack Obama beaten to a fucking pulp. Because of what they've done. They have absolutely no humanity because of the things that they've done.
That's just it. They're not human, though. You're giving them
you're different. There's a big difference between not being human and not having humanity. These people aren't fucking made of something different than you and I. They're flesh and blood. They just have no soul.
Their souls are way different than ours are.
They have no soul. They have no soul. They have
That's
ego.
My point. But
they still feel pain.
You're giving them punishment that would destroy us, and it will not them.
Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. When you physically destroy their body, they are done. They are done.
Oh, so our souls die when our bodies die?
You're gonna have to go to your. You're gonna have to go to your book on that one. You're gonna have to go to your book on that one. He tells you. He tells you what happens. You know, you have 120 years on this planet. You have 120 years on his creation. After that, you have to read your book. Because you're not going anywhere except that fucking hole unless you follow that book. It's just that simple. And if you don't get that by reading your book, then your comprehension is way the fuck off. And you need to go read it again.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Okay.
Not necessarily right now.
No, I know. Because I just turned off about half the room by saying what I said. But
did you turn them off, or they just don't understand what the fuck you're talking about? Because that's where I'm at. I'm kind of like, what the hell?
Well, then, if people have questions, then they know how to reach me. You know, most of the people that are in that chat room are friends of mine on Facebook. And if they have questions on anything that I say on this show, they know how to reach me. I got a page on Facebook. If you don't have my personal Facebook, then there's a Boiler Room Radio page, and you can send me a link there or a message there, and I'll get back to you. It might not be immediately, but I'll get back to you. So if anybody's got a question about anything I say, all you got to do is ask. All you got to do is ask. All right, let's move on now. So we've got the Epstein shit out of the way. You guys got my opinion through everybody else's opinion on the whole matter. I was waiting for something completely off the wall to come falling out of the trees in the first couple of days after he died. There was a couple little things, but nothing major that really got my, flag flying. So I don't know. I'm still waiting to see. And that's another reason, the reason that it fell out of the media so fast, I think, is because the higher, I don't like calling them elite because I don't think they're elite. The people in power didn't have anything to do with this whole Epstein thing because the media is not running with it 24/7. They talked about it. They discussed a little bit. They talked about it being a conspiracy, blah, 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 and then it just went away. That's why I think that something else is going on here. And I pray that they come dragging him out. And he just points. Him, her, him, her, him, her. And then you start seeing nooses thrown over tree branches. Because treason. Anyway, all done with the Epstein shit. Unless you cats in the chat room want us to discuss something else. So if you want something else discussed, then throw it in the chat over there, and I'll look over there and we'll get to it. The thing in China makes my mind twist a bit, Tender says. Okay, let's talk about China for a little bit. David, I'm sure you got headlines on China.
Yeah, I got a lot on that. Matter of fact, China is they've stationed over 500 military vehicles in the soccer stadium in the border city between Hong Kong and China. And China came out today and said, listen, protesters, in 10 minutes we can hit that airport and clear your asses out in no time. And so, it ain't the question if China's going to go in. The question is, when is China going to go in? Now, stories coming out that Trump told Xi Jinping that he would not condemn the Hong Kong crackdown back on June 14th. That Trump didn't have a problem with it. It was a Chinese problem, and that if China wanted to crack skulls, Trump didn't have a problem with it.
Did you see some of the pictures that are coming out of the fucking shit going on over there?
Oh yeah, and I understand China, these people are protesting. They got 5 things set up they want met, and I don't know all 5 right offhand, but I know one of them is the extradition law. Mm-hmm. They're totally against that. They said, if a person gets in trouble in Hong Kong, they shouldn't be extradited to China, and I agree with that. And
Hong Kong's part of China now, though.
Well, it is and it isn't.
No, it is. Hong Kong and Taiwan are both part of the ROC. France,
I don't know about that.
France and England used to own Hong Kong. They used to have control of it, and it was well, 2 or 3 years ago, there was a great big thing, a great big celebration where it got turned back over to Hong Kong.
Well, the way Hong Kong works is this is a province.
They were leaving them autonomous, because it's a big business hub.
It's basically what Puerto Rico is to us.
No. Because any Joe Schmo can go to Hong Kong. You and I can go get a passport right now and go to Hong Kong anytime we want. If you try to go into ROC, into mainland China, you're going to start jumping through a bunch of fucking hoops. So,
that's what I'm saying.
Hong Kong is not like China.
Exact law that Chinese citizens are to live in China.
No, they left it autonomous when they took it back over, but it is under Chinese law.
Yeah, they have the law. They have regular military station there, not a whole bunch, but they have some station there. What China's threatening to do now is send in regular military forces from the Chinese mainland,
right,
and kick the shit out of these people. Now,
and I think they're going to do it.
I've been watching all these videos out of there, and they beat the shit out of that reporter yesterday they thought was an undercover cop.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be people dying pretty soon.
This has turned into a revolution over there.
And here's another thing. I don't know if you people are watching some of the videotape that's coming out from over there, but there's a lot of really, really new age tech weapons that the Chinese military are using over there as a kind of a trial basis. They're using laser weapons. They're using the LRAD, a bunch of other shit. I mean, if you watch the videos, you'll see the laser weapons are going through there and shit. And anyway. So they're practicing.
The deal is, like I said, any question
to your neighborhood.
China's going to go in there, and it's not going to be pleasant. And for Trump to stand back and say, this ain't our business, crack some skulls if you got to. I don't know if I absolutely agree with that. I'm not saying we should send troops to invade Hong Kong and protect these people. But what I'm saying, Trump could show a little bit more compassion than what he's putting off right now.
I got to tell you something, dude. Every fucking problem around the world is not the U.S.'s problem.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I said that. And that's not my issue. The issue is he shouldn't be coming out telling Xi Jinping, crack those goddamn skulls. I don't give a fuck. You know, as being
they're the
as
Chinese
being United
Mexicans.
States of America, we should at least have some pride. And I know we don't. I know we bring on a lot of wars in this world, but we could, Jesus Christ, have a little bit of compassion there being the president of the United States. Don't sit there and say, go ahead, rah, 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 crack some fucking skulls. These people are just trying to fight for a little bit of freedom, man.
What were you saying, Lance? Chinese, they're
the Chinese, the Hong Kong people are the Chinese Mexicans. Just like
exactly.
Trump says the same thing about the Mexicans here. That's why he didn't have a problem with it.
Exactly.
But you got to know. I mean, you guys know that Hong Kong's like London, right? I mean, Hong Kong's like the city of London. It's the East's financial hub. So,
and that's why China's pissed. It's hurting them financially.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that are hurting China financially. It's not
I'm just saying this is one part of
in Hong Kong.
I'm just saying with the airport tied up constantly, this and that, it's hurting them.
I got you. Yeah.
You know, and the deal is, all I'm saying is as human beings, no one should be telling another president, well, this isn't our problem, kill those motherfuckers. That's not fucking cool either.
But let me ask you a question, though, David. If just rolling back to last week when I said that this country that you're standing in is ripe for something like going on in Hong Kong right now, just because of the political strife that's going on in this country, it's pretty much 50-50. And we're prime for a civil war. Would you want some other country coming in here and fucking around?
I'm not talking about going in. And I said that. I said,
well, I know. I'm just throwing it out there as a kind of like a hyperbole thing. You know, I'm just throwing it out there. Just whiff it and let me know what you think.
What I'm saying here is Trump, as president, the most powerful country in the world, to stand up and tell China, the communist motherfuckers they are, go ahead, crack those fucking skulls. That's unsatisfactory.
Well.
That's unsatisfactory as a human being. That's what's the problem with this world. There's not enough fucking compassion anymore.
Yeah, but there's some people that just don't deserve it. So I'm very.
What, you saying Hong Kong protesters don't deserve it?
I don't know what they're protesting over, man.
I just told you.
Freedom?
Yeah.
They're protesting over extradition law, whereas if someone gets in some kind of trouble in Hong Kong, they can be extradited to fucking China, to Beijing, to face charges, even if they committed the crime in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong
I
is
saw
under...
that HongOng mayor, whoever it was, pulled that off of the table and said
no,
that
it's still there. It's still there.
Is it?
Still there.
Hong
and
Kong.
4 other things, you know. I mean, Google it, Jimmy. Google. What 5 things do the Chinese protesters want?
Here's the thing that I can tell you, though. Here's the thing that I can tell you. For years now, Hong Kong has been under Chinese rule. It's under Chinese law. So they're protesting something that they're not going to win. They're under Chinese law.
The people don't want to be a part of this shit anymore. Just like
then they need to fucking move.
We don't want to be a part of the system anymore.
Then they need to move because China owns Hong Kong again.
So what you're saying that we should move out of our country if we don't like the rules that are coming down on us?
We're not under that kind of rule.
Well, it's coming.
Oh yes, we are. Yeah, it's coming.
And we sure the fuck are. We're under a police state.
I'm not under a police state
like
where
China,
I live.
Surveillance.
I'm not under a police state where I live.
The way you see it is, I think I believe in human rights, and I always have.
I do too, man. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Deserves to get their fucking skull bashed in for trying to stand up for something they may believe in. And it ain't just one person believes in that in Hong Kong. It's fucking millions of them.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, dude. Don't get all bunched up.
Devil's advocate. I'm speaking truth here.
I know.
You know, Trump
That's
needs
why
to
you're on the show.
Grow up when he's sitting there saying, crack these motherfuckers' skulls.
I never heard that quote. I didn't hear that quote. You know, if that came out of CNBC or something like that, I don't believe that. No,
it's right here. I got the story right here.
It's a story. Did he type it on Twitter or did he say it in video?
It's right here. It says Trump told Chinese president he would not condemn Hong Kong crackdown. President Trump told Chinese President Xi Jinping earlier this year he would not condemn a Chinese government crackdown in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Before the G20 summit in June, Trump is said to have made the promise in a phone call reportedly saying he understood any conflict with Hong Kong to be an internal issue in which the U.S. would not interfere, which I agree with that.
Yep.
It says, since then, the pro-democracy protests have rocked the city and have resulted in violent clashes. It says Trump basically says, be nice about this, but get it done. This is distracting the world. Fuck you, Trump. Fuck you.
Wait. Did he say crack the motherfuckers' skulls?
That was my words.
Oh, okay.
He's saying here, he told him to go ahead and do this.
He told them that he would not interfere.
He said he would not condemn a Hong Kong crackdown.
And I'm imagining that if something like that happened here, he wouldn't want other people to condemn what he did too. So he's being political. People condemn
him all the time for what he's doing here.
He's being political. It's all politics, man.
It's called being a human fucking being.
So,
have some goddamn decency.
No, because we go in and we destroy everything when it serves our purpose.
I'm not
when
saying
it comes to oil and stuff like that.
I don't want to see
we destroy the people.
I'm saying Trump should just have a little more compassion and shouldn't say, I understand, I'm not going to condemn you, Xi Jinping, if you go in there and put this crackdown on these people. I think that's bullshit. And I don't give a fuck what anybody said. That's where I stand, so fuck everybody else. Like it or not, suck it. I'm not arguing this shit. This is where I stand. Where you stand, that's great. This is where I stand. Have some goddamn decency, Trump.
You don't.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for him.
All right, what else you got over there, headline wise? That's the China move. What else is going on?
Well, what's going on else here? You just had that big shootout in Philadelphia, part of the civil war going on in this country, where fucking people have shot 6 cops tonight.
Yes, over some drug thing.
Yeah, a fucking drug bust that went wrong, and cops got pinned inside that house and everything else, and it's just a shame, man. It's a shame, man. And not that I'm a huge police supporter, because I'm not. I think there's some bad ones in this world and good ones, but it just sucks when you hear the 6 cops got shot. I know some people in America are applauding that right now, which I think is disgusting, but it just shows the direction that this country's going. It's just... I'm so sick of the violence, not just in the world, but this country where I live. I'm not talking about Hong Kong anymore. I'm talking about the United States. We're one of the most violent fucking nations around these days. It's just insane the people getting, and I'm not blaming, I don't think there's one gun law that can be passed to fix the problem we're in right now. Not one. I think people should all be armed. I think after 21 years old, in a safety class, you should be able to carry a gun. Fuck permits.
18.
Because that's just the way it's getting to fucking be.
18. If you can go into the military, you can carry a gun.
Whatever. It's just a shame that it's come down to this. And it scares me for my boys growing up in this place. It should scare all parents for their kids growing up in this goddamn place now. It's just people are sick of each other's shit. And we're capping each other right and fucking left. And no one gives a fuck. Oh, you have to apologize. Like I said, there isn't one gun law that can pass. Not one. Any gun law passed is just taking rights away from the law-abiding citizen. So we've got a real fucking issue in this country that we need to work. Something needs to happen, man. And if it means more guns on the streets, then so be it, man. And shootouts like the OK Corral, because that's what we're getting right now. I mean, just in the time that this Philadelphia happened, there's been a shooting in Dallas. There's been a shooting in somewhere else. I've just seen come across Twitter. Big shootings, not just one person shot, but several. And it's just insanity what's going on in this country. I mean, humans have lost their goddamn minds, specifically Americans.
Yep.
There's a goddamn problem in this country, and people need to step up and admit it. That's the first thing when you have a problem. Admit you got a problem. And America needs to stand up and say, we've got a goddamn problem.
When the problem is brainwashing, then the brainwashed people don't know that there's a problem.
So, and I agree with that.
It's deeper than brainwashing.
It's pretty much brainwashing.
Way deeper than brainwashing.
It's pretty much brainwashing. It's pretty much brainwashing. They've pretty much brainwashed everybody into just accepting everything.
That lets them get away with everything else, right?
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. They've put it out to the public in so many forms. And they can
normalize it on media.
Yeah, but they've been doing it for decades, man. They've been doing. Look at the fucking. Well, we've already gone through all this shit, man. Look at the Disney cartoons and shit. They've been prepping everybody for this for decades. For decades. Look at the fucking social justice warriors running around this country being offended by every fucking thing, man. And they're getting airtime. And nobody's...
I'm not an SJW, but I think we do have a problem in this country.
It ain't Trump.
No, I'm not blaming Trump one bit. I'm blaming fucking your next door neighbor.
Yeah, it's everybody in this country is the problem with this country.
90%.
I'm going to say 90% of the people in this country are the problem.
Racism is off the charts in this country all of a sudden again.
I don't think it's got anything to do with racism. It's got to do with stupid.
But I think that's a little piece of it.
Well,
it is.
Okay. I mean, if you want to lump that in with everything else, right now we've got a right-left problem.
That's part of it too.
If you open your mouth out in public about your political opinions, you're going to get somebody else riled up.
Well,
so only if you're on the right, though.
Not everybody agrees with mine. And I don't give a fuck.
No, because Lance, that's not true, Lance. Because some of the right are just as zealot as the left. So if they hear a fucking Democrat running off at the mouth, a lot of the fucking right winger MAGA douchebags jump up and go, blah, 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 blah,
They do.
So, yeah, it ain't, that's why I was having a talk earlier today with a friend of mine, and she was talking about there's two things that you should never have in a discussion if you're going to try to stay friends with somebody. Don't ever talk about religion or politics. And I said, politics.
No, you got to.
Politics is a religion.
I was going to say, you got to.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway. What's up, Joseph?
I've just had it, though. I've had it with the violence in this nation. It's just insanity, the violence in this fucking nation, man. It's just up, I know that we've always been a violent nation, but it's really to the point now. And I know the internet has a lot to do with it now that it's out and everything. And it sucks, man. When you have kids, you really fear, you shouldn't have to worry about your kid going out in your front yard and getting shot in a drive-by, man.
If you have to worry about your kid going out in the front yard and getting shot in a drive-by, then you need to move.
Well, I agree.
But that's here's the thing.
Happen anywhere now.
But here's the thing I want to say to you. Here's the thing I want to say to you, though, man.
Street.
The statistics prove you wrong in your statement, David, because this country is not more violent than it was 10, 20 years ago.
I don't buy that. Whoever made those statistics can stick it up their ass, man.
Well, I mean, if you want to ignore the facts, that's you. That's on you.
I'm not ignoring facts.
Yeah, you are, because the statistics are facts, man.
You to believe.
The statistics are facts. You can go Google the fucking shit, man. You just told me to go Google something. Go Google it.
Google.
You can pull it up from 100 different sources, man, and the numbers prove you wrong. This country is less violent now than it was 10 years ago.
You don't see the violence that the cities fucking see.
Then move.
But you guys,
then move.
Arguing over.
You guys are arguing over who's.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know that part of it's worth arguing over. It's a violent place. Period.
Ain't that much violence here?
You guys are getting upset about it too. I mean, you're like back and forth with each other. There's bad vibes.
That's what's wrong with this country. Americans can't talk to each other anymore without getting pissed off.
Including here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want Jimmy to see my viewpoint. I want Jimmy to see my viewpoint, but yet Jimmy wants to see his viewpoint, and meanwhile we both just dig into our own sides and get nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to change me, dude, and I know in the fuck I'm not going to change you, so really there's no use in it.
Can we have a group hug now?
I
don't want any of you guys fighting.
I'm not fighting. I let him say everything he was going to say.
Vocal like I am, and we're both very stubborn people.
I did not start any kind of argument, man. I don't know what you guys are even talking about. I didn't start any argument. The only thing I told you was that the facts prove you wrong in your statement. I didn't try to bash your feelings or anything. And I know that there's
my feelings. It's
big
just
violence.
You're full of shit because you live in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I live in the goddamn city. I see a lot of shit here.
That doesn't make any difference in the numbers, man.
By people you don't trust anyway, so.
Well, no, I mean I get numbers from all kinds of different sources.
I mean, where do you get your facts from, Snopes?
You can
Babylon B.
You can cast aspersions all you want to, dude. Shit's all available in black and white, and it's available from 10 or more different sources, man. You know, it's not just the federal government. There's all kinds of people that keep track of murders and shit around here. So,
I don't buy any of them. They can stick their goddamn facts up their ass.
People that ignore facts are bound to fucking.
No, I don't ignore facts. I see shit with my own eyes, man. I can see things. I can read things. I see what's going on.
Yeah.
Facts this is a violent fucking nation now. More violent than probably. I mean, I understand what you're saying, dude. Don't get me wrong. But I think there is a level of violence in this nation that's getting deadly scary.
Where are you getting your facts from? What articles are you reading?
I told you.
What news are you watching?
I read and I look. Whatever comes that I fucking believe. You know, the
Flintstones. Whatever comes across your plate that you believe.
That it's a violent nation. I'll fucking believe it.
Yeah, see, that's what you want to believe. That's what you want to believe.
What I want to believe, just like you want to believe what you believe.
I believe the facts.
Guys.
Right. Now you're arguing with
me.
I'm not arguing.
Come on. Guys, please.
I'm not arguing.
We have all known each other for a long time. A long time.
This ain't the first time me and Jimmy's butt heads. You go through his archive. That's all we ever do.
I know.
I think that's one reason why he has me on sometimes, so he has someone to argue with.
Well, Charlie doesn't speak a whole lot, and Lance doesn't speak a whole lot. And if you ask,
I'm not no fucking butthurt snow. I'm no one's fucking bitch, and I will always hold my ground to you or anybody else. I don't give a fuck.
I killed a spider once. And I liked it. So I guess I'm part of the problem.
Just take a step back and everybody take a deep breath for a second.
I'm breathing deeply as we speak. Thank you very much.
Yeah, talk about India or whatever, which one everyone's going to war over there. Getting ready.
Shit.
Turkey, India, or somebody. I can't even keep up with them all right now.
Libya, India, you name it.
Egypt. Saudi Arabia.
They're kind of staying in the middle of things.
Russia's the one that's staying in the middle of everything. They're just sitting back looking.
Oh, no. I meant between Libya and stuff.
Oh, well.
The Mediterranean area.
Pakistan, Afghanistan, there used to be a little scuff going on there. Now, who is it now? Pakistan and India, yeah? Pakistan and India? They want to start lobbing bombs at each other? What's the headline over there, David?
Well, they're fighting over that Kashmir, and there really hasn't been nothing lately because it's still, everything's still locked down over there, so no news is getting out. They cut the internet off over there about a week ago, and they hadn't turned it back on yet, so you're not hearing a thing.
Isn't there some big hoity-toity mufti or something that said that everybody should know what's going on with Kashmir and that it belongs to India and blah, 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 blah?
I'm not really sure about that, but...
And then there's who's the Imam of Peace? Have you guys been seeing this guy flashed out in front of everybody now? Mm-hmm. There's some dude running around the internet calling himself the Imam of Peace. And I think that he's weighed in on the whole Pakistan, Kashmir, India thing, too. So, I don't know.
It was mighty nice of him.
Type that
Did he crawl out of a well?
Somebody type that into... Charlie, you'll get a kick out of that cat. You should type that into Google. Imam of Peace, I think is what it is, or something like that. Check that out.
Is that like a collector card or something like that? Imam of Peace and then the Imam of the Well and
they're non-player characters in the latest.
Kind of like Pokemon cards. Woohoo!
Oh shit! Using this definition, there have been 2,128 mass shootings since 2013, roughly one per day. The United States has had more mass shootings than any other country. Shooters generally either die by suicide afterwards or are restrained or killed by law enforcement officers or civilians. What definition are you talking about, SS? I didn't see that. The thing about the mass shootings in the U.S. that people are reporting out of 2,000 something, I don't think so, man. If there was one a day, I'm pretty sure that it would be much bigger news.
Well, they consider a mass shooting when 4 gang members shoot at each other. some of the statistics. I'm serious.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. Really,
it was yesterday. There was one.
Yeah, I saw a number, and it was like 300 and something so far year to date. And it's totally false. There have been 30 of them of random people doing that. Everybody else was against each other. I mean, or directed crime.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So, I mean, it's really only been 30. So anybody can skewer the numbers the way they want to. But it's still a violent fucking place to live right now.
Y'all need to move down here then, because it ain't violent around here.
Kind of makes you want to buy a plot of land out in Wyoming or Montana somewhere and build a little cabin.
Damn, we've been talking about doing that we've been telling everybody to do that for 10 years or so, haven't we?
It makes you want to do it. It's getting there.
You know, I'll tell you how bad it's getting here. I just had a good friend murdered here about 2 months ago. And here in Fargo, and there's only 100,000 people here. There's 800,000 in the whole state of North Dakota. I live in the biggest city here. My friend, he ran a food van. He would go to like fairs and stuff. He said had some of the best barbecues called Texas Barbecue. And he would go to car shows everywhere, set up his food van. And, you know, the other 2 months ago, he was putting his van away in this empty parking lot at this gas station that he was allowed to store it at. Now, this gas station was shut down. The property was for sale, but the guy allowed him to store his food van there. Mm-hmm. So he's in there storing this food van at about 1:30 in the morning here in North Fargo, which there isn't really a bad side of town here. I mean, the north, I guess, would be the worst if you could see, but there isn't one bit of town here that I would, feel really threatened at that time in the morning. Well, he's putting his van up. These two black guys, and that's what they were, and I'm not trying to be racist, but these two black guys that are on vacation here from Chicago and Detroit that got relatives here decided to come up to my buddy, Mr. Jay Halverson, and shoot him fucking 8 times, point blank fucking range, for no goddamn reason, and fucking walk away. They caught the guys. When you start seeing shit like that happening in Fargo, North Dakota, come on now. They didn't even try to rob him. Shot him 8 fucking times, point blank range. Guy had a family.
Makes you wonder what was happening right before the shooting started.
The black guy said, we had some words earlier in the day and we were coming back to settle the score. Well, at least that's what one of them said. The other one said, all my buddy said is he was going for a walk and all of a sudden we're shooting people. They couldn't get their story together even. Yeah. They caught the two guys. The sniffer dog was able to track them right to this house a couple blocks away. These dudes didn't even try to take off. They went to their house to eat a couple TV dinners after they shot the dude. When you see that shit in Fargo, North Dakota, shit's going down. My buddy didn't deserve to be shot, not one time, let alone fucking 8 times at point blank range. None. I went to the funeral and I thought I was going to have a heart attack because I was so fucking upset. Everybody was upset in this town and still are. These 2 fucking gangbangers come here for a vacation and still fucking kill people. That's what Fargo's becoming. We're getting these gangbangers from Chicago, from Detroit, from Minneapolis coming here for a vacation to get away from the street violence. But yet when they come here, what's the first thing they do? Commit fucking street violence.
Yeah, they bring it with them.
But yet this is a vacation to them, just shooting one guy. Was it racism? Who knows? That was going around too. They shot him simply because he was white, because they passed a black guy walking the dog going the opposite way and said hi to him, and then went right straight to this white guy and fucking shot him 8 times. No one knows the truth because these 2 dudes they got incarcerated, one has still got to go to trial and they're going to commit fucking that they're innocent, which they're not. I mean, they tracked them. But 2, they can't even get their fucking stories together. But either way, my buddy got shot 8 fucking times for trying to support his family. Unsatisfactory. And that gave me a real bitter taste for this goddamn world right after that happened. And I'm just now slowly getting over it, but it's hard. I used to work with the guy at this fucking factory several years ago when I was working at a window place, and we were good friends, man. We got along great. I mean, I wouldn't say he was a best friend, but he was a good friend. And then he ended up getting a food truck and going his own business and kind of going his own way, and we didn't talk for a while. But then that happened, and I was like, Jesus Christ, are you fucking kidding me? When I seen the story, man, my mouth was fucking open for an hour, man. The guy didn't deserve to fucking die. He did nothing fucking wrong. He didn't deserve anything to be shot 8 fucking times.
These guys got gang affiliation?
Yeah, both of them. One from Detroit and Chicago. They got relatives that live here permanently, and when things get going rough in Detroit and Chicago, they both come up here to kick back for a little bit. I guess they've been up here several different times for months upon end. They'll come up here for a while, and once the heat cools down on them, they'll go back. Then once the heat's on them again, then they'll come back up here again. We're getting a lot of that up here now. From Minneapolis, from Detroit, from Chicago, even Milwaukee. They're all coming here for some reason.
I hope you're carrying now when you go out.
I've got a gun, but it ain't the carrying type, and I can't afford another one. The one I got now is about the size of a boat anchor, man, and I can't. It's not a concealed carry type of gun.
Trade it in.
It's a 9mm high point. I don't even know if I trust it.
Oh shit! If it's a high point, throw it in the garbage, dude.
I have no money for another one, and so that's all I got, and I use that specifically to protect my family at night. Hopefully, I'll never ever have to use it.
I hope you don't either, because
starting to get it. I may have to.
You can't trust those guns. You just can't trust those guns.
I agree with you. I mean, I've put about probably 500 rounds through, and it's only jammed me once.
Use quality ammo. That's all I can tell you. Keep that thing oiled up. I mean, to where it's dripping when you pull it out of the holster. Keep it oiled up and use quality ammo.
But it's just a shame that it's come down to that level in this country where you have to do that now.
Not really. I mean, if you think back to the 1700s, it was that way everywhere too.
Well, I brought that up before on Twitter. I posted something like that. Everybody's like, yeah, well, these shootouts that were happening in the 17 and 1800s, they didn't shoot women and children, and they weren't just fucking. That's what I tried to argue with these people. I got jumped on Twitter for making that statement. They're like, this is nothing like the 1800s. You're fucking crazy.
They used to set hotels on fire just to kill one person.
I agree.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, that just
I had
shows
people arguing with me on Twitter when I posted that. What world you living in, dude? The shit that was happening there, those were just shootouts between bad guys. Now you just got people walking into Walmart and just blowing innocent people away.
That's because they don't know their history. That goes back to the education system and the fact that people can't remember 10 years ago. I mean, if you throw some shit at people that happened 10 years ago, they're like, what? That was 10 years ago? See, yeah, whatever. Nothing surprises me anymore, dude. Nothing. It just rolls off me like fucking water off a duck. It doesn't surprise me anymore.
These shootings, I just can't believe that the humans are just so fucked up in the head now, where they just feel they have to go into a public place and shoot fucking innocent people.
They don't have any humanity. They don't
value life anymore.
Yeah, they don't have any humanity. They've been brought up on fucking Xbox where they just drive around shooting motherfuckers on the game all day. So this is society here now. It's all been programmed to be this way.
Well, this guy in the chat room put guns are still cheap, no excuse to buy them, and I get that, but I've got a wife that won't allow me to have another one, so
Well, tell her
she's absolutely against guns. It comes time to protect her.
Tell her. Show her some articles on how piece of shitty that gun that you have is, and tell her that you need to get a different one.
She didn't even want me to get that when I got that several years ago. I had to beg her just to have a gun in this house.
You can get a really nice Smith & Wesson now for about $500.
I'm not arguing. She won't let me have it.
I know. I'm just telling you. If you show her how bad that gun is.
She hates them. She hates them, period. And she just says, you're not going to have one, dude. And I begged her to get the one I got. And she's like, no more. That's it. And even if it was up to her, she'd take that thing and get rid of it.
Even after your friend getting wasted in the fucking parking lot at 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah. Yep.
That should have changed her.
Nope. Not one bit. People like to think that it's not going to happen to them until it happens to them.
That's exactly right. That's
the way I see things now. When I'm out doing like some yard work, I live beside a main street where cars are constantly coming down this 2-lane street both ways. It scares me when I got my back against the traffic. Who's some good?
Whoops.
a couple rounds in my back of my head while I'm mowing the yard. That's how it is these days. I don't trust anybody in a public place anymore, on a public road. Look what just happened in Houston the other day. 3-car wreck caused by someone. 2 people in their car. This guy gets out of one of the cars that got wrecked, pulls out an AR, shoots 2 people in the car right in the chest through the windshield, kills both of them instantly, takes off. I don't know if they ever got the guy or not, but yeah. He was all pissed off because his car got wrecked. He pulls out his fucking AR and shoots these 2 people in the chest and kills them. That's the society we're living in now. Don't tell me this place isn't getting more violent. Fuck those stats. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. The shootings are definitely on the increase in this nation. I don't care what anybody says. All you got to do is just read the news and you can see it. Go on Twitter. Fucking Google how many shootings happen in America today. I guarantee it's a big number. At least one or two a day. Big ones. I mean, you've always got robberies, people getting shot, which sucks too.
There's 300 million people in this motherfucker, dude. 320.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
So that's a lot of motherfuckers. I'll bet if you look at the statistics over in Russia, there's shootings in Russia every day too. I'll bet there's shootings in China every day too. I'll bet there's shootings in Japan every day. Well, maybe not Japan.
Not compared to here, though.
I'm just telling you, man.
You've got the knife problem over in Britain. You've got the knife problem over in Japan.
Because they don't have guns.
You know?
Because they don't have guns. That's the only reason. That's the only difference.
One in Australia that knifed those people with that machete, and they fucking threw his ass on the ground. That just tells me people are losing their goddamn minds. Knife or gun. You shouldn't want to kill anybody unless it's in self-defense.
It's a people problem.
That's it. And I agree with that. But to deal with me is this. It's what's making people just worldwide want to just waste each other for no reason. You know, the only way I can see killing somebody is in self-defense. That's it. If someone's going to kill me, then yeah, damn right I'm going to try to kill them. But I'm just not going to walk into a Walmart or get pissed off someone wreck my car and pull my gun out. I'm just not going to go into a public place and just start shooting people up because I hate the world.
Nope.
And there's too many people doing that. I'm talking older people. You're starting to see shooters in their 60-year-old age. You're not just seeing kids anymore like at Columbine. You're seeing people that are 40, 50, 60 years old doing this now. You know, and I just don't like that. It bugs me. And it's like, man, you know, I don't want to die. I want to be with my family as long as possible. Good God, get me off this goddamn rock, man.
Sandy said it was no parenting. I agree with that to a certain extent, to a large extent. With the kids, the way the kids are nowadays, but I've got to tell you that most of the people that I know that are under 40 are just fucking stupid. You know, maybe not totally stupid, but pretty stupid. Pretty stupid. Even when it comes to worldly stuff, it's like I don't know, something about past our generation, the schooling. What the education system in this country just started failing miserably. I don't recall it being that way when I was in school because I know that, you know, the stuff that I was taught, most of the high schooling, and because I didn't go to college, I went for about 3 months of college, and then I was like, fuck this, and did other stuff, lived life and stuff. But in high school, I mean, it was reading, writing, arithmetic. You learned history and blah, blah, blah. There's stuff that nowadays, you try to bring it up, stuff that we learned in high school, and it'd be like, right over their fucking heads. So I think a lot of that has to do with the education system in this country has just made the generations after ours more and more stupid. Reliant.
By design.
Huh?
By design.
Yeah, this is all by design. It's all been by design. It's all programming. It's all programming. And it fucking worked. And we have to see this through to the end. And it's going to be a fucking horrific end. You people have to know that. This is not going to end well for this country. No matter what you think Trump can do or not do, or what you think the Democrats can do or not do, it don't matter. because this is going to end horribly.
It's not just here, though.
Well, no, because this is going to roll over to all the other countries. And as a matter of fact, our fall is probably going to be the result of someone else's fall. You know, I've got a feeling that somewhere in Europe is where the crack is going to start, and then the financial system is going to fail, and then Katie barred the door, right?
That's why I bought that election shirt that says Giant Meteor 2020 just ended already. It shows a picture of a flaming meteor on it. That's my new election shirt for this year.
Well, I'm going to read some of the chat here. Joseph Holly says, more folks die here by knives and drugs than guns. I don't know where you live, Joseph, but I can imagine that's probably accurate. SS says
the pharmaceutical companies kill more than anybody.
Oh, yeah. 250,000 people a year die from medical mistakes. You don't see anybody throwing shit at the fucking doctors, do you? 250,000 people a year. That's a medium-sized city. Okay, let's move on here. They have normalized death, SS says. That's exactly what they've done. They've made it something that just happens in passing.
Yep.
Started noticing that years and years and years ago when you'd pass a horrific wreck on the side of the road. Because when I was a kid, people pull over. You'd have 50 cars pulled over at a wreck for people trying to help, and people just drive by. Slow down to get a good look, but they just drive by. I started noticing that a long time ago.
About 20 years ago, right?
Yep. Let's see. SS also says, Joseph, drugs are one of the worst for sure, and has been for a long time. 1 million babies killed a year on average. Just perspective. 1 million babies. Bad. What do you mean by that, BG? 1 million babies killed a year on average. Just perspective. 1 million babies killed by what? That's the question.
Talking about abortion.
Is that abortion? Are you talking about abortion?
I'm guessing it's abortion.
I think it's a lot more than 1 million.
I think so too.
Let's see. Joseph says, oh, wait a minute. Sadly, very true. Sandy says. They've desensitized folks with crap like Walking Dead and so on. That's another fucking truth. Mm-hmm. All these shows that people are just stupid over, Game of Thrones and whatever. How much violence was in that motherfucker?
Well, I watch Walking Dead every Sunday, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Me too. I haven't killed anybody yet.
I can't wait till October when it comes back. Of course, I'm ready for it to end, but yeah.
So let me ask you a question: if you saw a real zombie, would you know?
I see them every day.
Yeah, I mean, we see them every day, but they're functioning zombies.
Okay. If you saw a fucking drooling, skin falling off the corpse type of zombie with their, brain matter showing, would it freak you out? I mean, if you saw one walking down the street tomorrow.
I'm part of the zombie response team.
Okay, just checking.
Is it October yet?
Get your green tip bullets.
Yes, sir. I'm part of the zombie response team. I'm safe. I'm ready.
Okay, just checking. Got your card in your wallet and all that?
Sticker on the car.
Right on.
Yeah.
Let's see. SS says Trump is part of the swamp. Shit, he's one of the worst swamp monsters ever. We all hoped he would have done what he said he would do, but he lied. I've been saying that since he got elected. I said it from the very start. I said, if you think this fucking cat's going to be any different than any other cat that got in that office, you're wrong. Because you only get in that office with people's nods. There's got to be a big bunch of people nodding before you take that oath. So those people all gave him the nod, and he got elected. It's that simple.
Well, he's doing his job because the news talks about nothing other than Trump. He commands media attention with his tweets, and nobody pays attention to anything else that's going on.
True. Until Epstein offed himself, and then for a day they talked about that.
That's a couple days,
and now it's back to Trump. Now it's back
Trump's
to Trump
tweets. Yeah, exactly.
And that's
cover nothing else. Even during when Obama was in, CNN still covered news around the country. Now it's nothing else.
BG said that the $1 million babies was abortion, and it's just in the U.S. The million babies just in the U.S. Let's see.
SS says California.
Yeah. SS says video games also wars and guns. Shoot. Yep. Yeah, we've been in perpetual war since what? 1950? 1950, something like that, since Korea. We've been in perpetual war. Every fucking year they pass that, what is it? The president has to sign some kind of thingy that says that we're in a state of war or whatever. And now for a while, it was hard for them to find a war to have because everybody was getting along for a little while. So then they started the war on drugs.
The big news is the rapper ASAP Rocky doesn't have to face jail time in Sweden.
Who?
The one that Trump's been carrying on about. This is what Trump's been carrying about. Some rapper, ASAP Rocky. He got in trouble
with a dollar sign. The S is a dollar sign.
Yeah, he got in trouble in Sweden. He supposedly hit a guy in the head with a bottle in self-defense after his concert. He got arrested, and there was a big stink. Trump was tweeting about release him, and Trump sent a guy there to get him out, and now he was convicted today, but not of a big enough crime to go back and face jail time. But yeah, like Beyonce and fucking Jay-Z all up in Trump's grill fucking with this dude, and Trump's kissing their ass and fucking getting this dude free. All this while all this other shit's going on. Trump was tweeting the other day. It was nothing but like 3 straight tweets about this dude. We got him free. What about our fucking hostages in Iran? Have you got them free? Here he is celebrating. He got a black rapper fucking free out of Sweden. Trump is out to kiss the A-listers' ass.
Been saying that since he got elected.
If you're Beyonce, if you're Jay-Z, if you're Kanye, if you're Kim Kardashian, he's got all the time in the world for you, and he'll bend over backwards for you. But if it's me or you, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. And how about the stock market not dropping 800 points today? What about tweeting about that? How about the fucking wars that we're trying to start with Iran or Venezuela? How about tweeting about that? But no, let's tweet about this fucking rapper.
He did tweet a lot in the last couple of weeks about censorship online. I give him that. He met with all the YouTubers.
Fuck this rapper. Who cares about him?
Yeah, that's why I said who. Whatever. That the only reason that I think Trump got involved in that is because it was somebody that was overseas and there was, whatever. I don't care.
He got involved with it because fucking Kim Kardashian fucking went there and Justin Bieber and everybody else begging him to do something for this guy. It's some gay black rapper, and they're afraid he's going to get molested in prison because of his gayness, and whatever, man. I just can't believe that the president even wants to dive into something. Like I said, he'll help these A-listers out all the time. You'll always see Kim Kardashian in the Oval Office, or Jay-Z, or Beyonce.
I'm surprised she can fit her ass through the fucking door, man. That shit is
Kanye
just
and all them. You'll always, because that's who he's out to impress, are those people there.
Yeah, fuck them. I don't care. I don't pay attention to that shit. Thank God I don't watch TV.
Well, I don't watch TV either. I see it on Twitter.
Oh, well, I don't twit that much. So.
And it's just I just know. It's just bullshit, It's like maybe if this dude wouldn't have committed a crime, he wouldn't have gone to fucking jail.
I think I'm going to get into that. Yeah, that's right. And hey, man, if he's gay, jail might have been like a holiday for him, man. He could have given the butt up to anybody. Right? He could have just run around in there for 6 months giving the butt up everywhere he wanted to and, had a day of it.
It's just hard to picture that there's even any violent offenders in Sweden besides the Muslims.
Cinnamon biscuits.
You like mustard on your biscuits?
That's mighty fine. Makes me nervous, so...
Obama got elected through good public. What? These are AI data mining firms that persuade folks to certain ideals. 140 plus elections. They never lost. They created the internet. Did you think they were not going to use it to their advantage? That's a very good point. That's just like Mark Twain said back in the day. If voting made a difference, they wouldn't let you do it. You know, that's why we only have 2 people to choose from, because those are the 2 people that they control. And when I'm speaking about they, you all know who I'm talking about. Let's see. Jersey Dolphins is in the house. He really didn't start the fight, and he's not gay. And they were Muslims who jumped him and his bodyguards. He's not gay. Okay.
He looks gay and he talks gay.
The Muslims jumped him and his bodyguards, huh?
Oh, they really should have just did away with him.
Yeah, I didn't pay any attention to any of it, so that just caught me out of left field, and I really don't give a fuck either way.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just saying that's just been the news all over, and it's been reported on me, and I'm like, why? Why is everybody so worked up over this fucking guy, man? What about the hostages in all these different countries where we got hostages? How about getting them out?
Yep. How about getting some of the homeless veterans off the streets?
Yeah.
How about we start there? Well,
that's what some people were bitching about, telling Trump, hey, dude, what about worrying about this, and this? Why are you worried about this fucking cat?
Oh, man, let's dive into something else here, man, real quick. So we can quit talking about the Swedish gay dude. Not gay. No, I don't care. Let's talk about this for a second. Over the last few weeks, several weeks, I'm going to say, maybe even several months, the NRA has been catching a fucking ton of flack because of all their internal strife and the muckety mucks in the higher ups in the NRA wanting to make their big money and blah 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 blah, whatever. And plus they're bending over every time the government tells them to bend over, right? Bump stock ban, whatever. So a lot of people, a lot of supporters, online supporters, big gun channels and stuff on YouTube have been exiting stage left from the NRA. And not necessarily denouncing them. Some of them have, but most of them haven't. They've just said, we're no longer affiliated, yada, 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 whatever. We wish them all the best. So I know you guys probably really don't have a huge opinion about it. I want to ask Lori right off the bat because she's an NRA instructor and see what she had to think about all the internal muckety-muck crap going on. And then just kind of pass it around. What do you guys think? The NRA, if it goes away, is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Is it a no thing? Is it a, so let's start with Lori. Lori, you're up.
Well, just to be clear, I haven't been an instructor for a little bit now.
Okay.
For various reasons.
My bad.
But one of
I didn't know.
Is, I could still teach the classes. I mean, they're pretty basic classes. The NRA doesn't go into more in-depth force-on-force training, which was one of my issues that I had. But the biggest issue I had was the fact that they're just a big conglomerate of collecting data that I am opposed to. I think that it's very dangerous what they're doing. Not that I am against training. I'm against forced training. First of all, I don't think anybody should be forced to have to do something like that. I think it should be their responsibility to go take training on something that they don't understand or know how to use. But I am hugely against being forced to do that.
What are your opinions on Trump and his red flag thing?
Oh, it's just a nightmare. I mean, anybody could come in. Well, I had an incident tonight. I had the sheriff here at the house because one of my dogs decided, well, it's a Great Pyrenees, decided to jump the fence today and ended up at the neighbor's house. And I promptly received a fine for it and all of that. But, it's funny because when I was talking to him, we started talking about this. All that neighbor has to do is say, well, they have guns in their house. Or I feel threatened by them. Or something like that.
We talked about
total
this.
Nightmare.
We talked about this on last week's show. There's been this
I've
thing in the gaming community for years now called swatting, where somebody could be in a completely different state and just call your locals and have them.
That little dickhead out of Florida at the school shooting. What the hell was his name? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're.
He was all over the news. He consumed the news right after the school shooting in Florida.
David Hogg.
Hogg.
David Hogg.
That one. He got swatted which ironically enough. But yeah, it's a dangerous game we're playing. And I've said since day one about Trump, he was placed there for a reason.
Yeah.
The Democrats or whatever couldn't get past what they thought they were going to get past, so they had to bring somebody in that would sway the gun owners. And they bought the bullshit that Trump put out there for a long time. And now, guess what? He's getting through everything right now that the Democrats knew they couldn't get past if they were elected. Everything.
Yep. But you try to say that to a Trump supporter. You try to say that to a Trump supporter. They'll fucking spit in your face.
I'll say it to a Trump supporter. I don't care. But we're seeing, I've talked about on my show about what's going on in China right now with them restricting, depending on what a good citizen you are, what you're permitted to do, whether leave the country or take a vacation or whatever. We're seeing the same shit going on here. It's just nobody's awake to the beginnings of it. And
your social credit,
as in it's just not mainstream right now, but it's been going on for a while. They restrict us traveling out of the country if we don't pay child support. What the fuck is that?
If you don't think that everyone in this country has a social credit score, that's what they're using over in China. Look at the people that have been, what do they call it now? What's the hot term the kids call it? Put on blast, I think. Look at the people that have been put on blast on the internet. The internet will make you or break you, right? If you get your name tossed out there, even if you're innocent, man, even if you're completely innocent of anything they say about you, once it's out there and viral, you ain't ever living it down. Ever. So everyone has a social credit score.
Absolutely. This is not the home of the free. No. Has never been.
This is not the world of the free.
No, absolutely not.
And that's the thing about this red flag law.
Talking earlier, part of the problem is everybody's angry. Dave is right. We're seeing that anger, and we're seeing it manifested. And if you don't understand what energy and frequency and all of that creates within our atmosphere, we're also feeling it in the earth too, because we're seeing the weather changes, we're seeing volcanoes, we're seeing earthquakes. It's not just us. And if I can beseech you to do anything, just think about that and go Google it, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get very, very, very much worse. Yes, and we affect each other. We affect our surroundings. We affect animals and plants, and if you don't understand, we're just energy.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, we're more than energy, but yeah.
Anyways, back to the red flags. Yeah, we're in deep shit. In my opinion, and where I've gone to, if you have anything, shut your fucking mouth. Stop posting stuff online. If you've already posted your firearms online, you're already screwed, in my opinion, because they can go back and they can look to stuff anyways. I think probably 5 years ago would have been a great time to go gray. And if you haven't yet, you probably need to seriously think about it. Stop. Just stop. Stop feeding into the system, because all they're doing is stirring up so they can take names. That's it. And they're going to turn us on each other. And it's not that hard to do. We've seen that tonight.
You manifest your own reality. I've been saying that probably before I ever got on the internet. I know I've told other people that too. You manifest your own reality. When she said that we're energy, when Lori said we're energy, that's true. We put out energy. I've said this on the show before too. They actually have medical devices that can pick up the frequency of your heartbeat 5 miles away from your body. Everybody has their own frequency. Everybody has their own rhythm that they project out. And your heart is one of the strongest things in your body. It's the strongest muscle that you've got in your body. But it's electrically, it's one of the strongest things in your body, and it emits a signal that they can detect 5 miles from you. So when you hear all the old wives' tales about how your energy affects everybody around you, yeah, it does. If you're in a small town, your energy affects your entire town.
You can feel somebody else's energy. Absolutely. Yeah. Animals do this way better than we do. Yeah. Way absolutely better than we do.
And there's no bullshit. There's no bullshit about earthing. If you don't know what earthing is, I'm pretty sure everybody listening to me does. But if you don't, look it up, and you should do it because it is so healthy for you. It is a way to ground your energy to Gaia, if you want to call the earth Gaia, but to Yah's creation, it grounds you to the earth, and you can dispel so much negative energy out of yourself. Oh my God. Get out in your garden.
That where we're from? Weren't we created from
the earth? Yeah.
So what makes sense to go back to that?
Yeah, we do.
Basically, take your fucking shoes off and go outside and play in nature.
Yeah, get in your garden, just barefoot garden, and don't wear gloves when you're down in the dirt. Don't worry about getting dirt underneath your fucking fingernails because that's where it needs to be.
Good for you.
You know, yeah.
Unless you're playing in like, some kind of nuclear plant somewhere, that's not necessarily good. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. And don't do
where I hang out.
Yeah, don't do it right after you've put in the mirror on the yard either.
Well, I meditate every morning for 15 minutes.
Good.
And basically I listen to a sound and I focus on that one sound down here in my basement, and I'll sit there for 15 or 20 minutes, and you just try to just focus on that sound, man. And if your mind starts, you may only get 1 minute of serenity out of the whole deal, but if you can just focus on that one sound, as long as you can, your mind will open up, man.
Yeah. Well, funny you bring that up because they've had reports they've had out here recently talking about how all this, and we've talked about it on the show, the chaos, the constant shoving things in our face and distracting us over here, and the it's just nonstop is so bad for us, and we have to get away from that. No TV, get out in nature, wake up when the sun comes up, go to bed when it goes down. We have to be able to do that.
Well, that's it. Like in the morning, I'll get up, I'll go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, eat something, and then before I even turn on this computer down here, I'll sit here in my chair for 15 to 20 minutes and find one little sound to focus on. And before I even turn on my computer, because I know as soon as I turn it on, the chaos is going to hit again.
Oh, yeah. And, one thing I learned when I got divorced is how much your mind controls your body and your health. And, I went through a period of time where I got very sick. And a lot of it was because I could not get my mind focused off of what was going on, off of the reality. It was constant day and night and just eating me alive. And it took me, I don't know how long. And somebody finally said, I need you to try this. And it was just basically lying down in a quiet room, putting on like either rain or the sea or, the woods. Like right now I'm sitting beside my friend's doors onto the back patio, and I can hear the tree frogs and, all the night sounds, which is so soothing. But we don't do that anymore. And then you just sit there and you try and focus on each part of your body and work your way up and get your mind to stop from the chaos that's going on around you. And do this every day, just for, 20 minutes or something. You can't imagine how better you'll feel after a while.
Here's something else that all the men that I'm talking to right now should do. And I know it's hard for most because they're in the corporate gig or they've got jobs that they have to maintain a fucking code of appearance for or whatever, but grow your hair. All the men that I'm talking to, and women, if you have short hair, grow your hair. Grow your hair back out.
Mm-hmm.
I like to grow mine, but I look like damn George Costanza if I did.
Who cares? It's your antenna to the earth. dude.
Yeah, I've had other people tell me that, and I'm like, well, I'd like to have that, but I don't want to look like fucking George Costanza, look like a skirted egg.
A skirted egg. That's good, Dave. I never heard that before.
I bet everyone hearing me right now $1 that you will not be able to get that visual out of your head for the rest of the evening. It might even haunt you in your dreams
instantly
tonight.
I'm thinking of an egg with like a
hula skirt.
a Hawaiian skirt,
yeah, a hula skirt. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then Dave's sunglasses on it. It's like
the little Coke.
Yep. Oh boy, yeah, that's never leaving my mind. Yep. Good deal.
I do grow out my ego and my mustache and stuff. I'll let that grow.
Man, he's just getting the longest introduction of anybody now when he comes on the show. He's going to be, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the skirted egg, Naked Dave.
The naked skirted egg.
Damn, is your dog alive over there?
Oh, yeah. She's just chilling. Aren't you, baby girl? Tell him you're okay. Everybody wants to see you move. There you go. You good girl. That's where she likes to chill.
Mine's just getting old. It's over 12 and a half years old now.
I'm not, I will never know Tippy's true age because I don't know. I found her. I don't know how old she was when I found her. I had, vets guess and stuff. So I'm guessing she's probably about 11 or 12, because I've had her for 8. And they told me that when I took her to the vet the first time, they thought she was about 5. So I don't know. I know she's still got a lot of oomph. When I got the chickens in the backyard, man, she was on that shit. So was Angus. He does not stop chasing them around that fucking coop, man. He just doesn't stop. He won't stop. Let's see. What else we got going on in the chat here? Bare feet in the grass helps stress. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Difference in Arabic and Hebrew. Their book has characters old statement. She's right, but corporate America will never allow humans to relax. No. They're going to try to keep you distracted and looking at something else or buying something. The consumerism is just off the fucking hook, man. You can't even say something on your phone to somebody without you get home and there's 10 ads for that motherfucking thing on your Facebook. Go call one of your friends on the phone or even text them. Text one of your friends on the phone and say, I'm thinking about buying a steel shed. Bam! You got steel shed shit all over your Facebook.
That's true, man.
True story.
So, yeah. The consumerism is just fuck.
Go to Walmart.com and look something up. See how many Walmart ads you get on your Facebook page.
Oh, yeah. And even if you go to the page, if you follow one of the ads and go to the page and buy the fucking thing, they still send you ads for it for 3 months.
Then they always send you the discounted ads after you already paid full price for it.
Now, 25% off.
I get them all the time. I'm like, I just paid the full price. Now you're giving me 10% off discount.
A hula skirt on an egg, she said.
Got a car show coming up here tomorrow. I can't wait for.
Yeah. Mountains Music and Motorcycles is down in Mountain View, Arkansas this weekend. I think that's the name of it. So,
this car show they have here runs right beside my garage down this main street for like about 10 blocks.
Right on.
So I just got to step out my front door. I got people that sit in my driveway and bring coolers of beer over and stuff and give me beer to sit in my driveway.
Very cool.
That's a good.
If I drank, I don't drink anymore. So, but I'm like, go ahead, thanks. I'll sit there and smoke some weed, but I won't.
Too bad you don't have a drone. You can fly down there and just take an overhead shot of the whole thing going on.
And what's cool is while all these cars are parked for 10 blocks, you also got a cruise going on at the same time. So you got all these newer and classic cars all cruising up and down this strip for like miles.
I like old cars, man. I do. I like the old car shows.
They got some nice ones here.
I like old airplanes too. If anybody watches my Facebook posts, they know that I love old World War II birds and stuff.
Yeah, so does Tony.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We post stuff back back and forth all the time.
I see that. It's cute.
Well, we made it through another fucking show. I can't believe it. Are we going to do this again next week? I mean, are we going to make this a weekly thing again?
I said penis once. Okay, twice now.
Twice now.
Well, you're just getting warmed up.
You were actually pretty tame for the last hour and a half. So I guess the first 30 minutes you're still drunk or something. The buzz is still there.
I was taking pictures of the full moon today.
Yeah, it was pretty. It's pretty. I'm gonna go check on my birds. They're brand new to the coop and the pen and everything, so they've been sleeping outside. They don't understand that there's a coop for them to roost up in.
You need a puppy.
So.
You need a puppy. You need a puppy.
I've got two. There's one laying on the floor right there.
No, you need a Great Pyrenees. Nothing that will eat the chickens.
No, nothing's gonna eat my chickens any fucking way, because they're hemmed in.
You need a puppy.
Mm-mm. Not right now. Not until the black and white one on the floor is gone. Then I'll get another one.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. I see what you did there. Rough.
She just now got it. That's like 3 seconds probably. She just now got that. 1001, 1002, 1000.
You know what?
He made it funny.
Fuck y'all.
Lori, promote your show. When is it? Where is it? How can people reach it?
Tuesday nights, 10 o'clock. I don't know what the link is. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know. I posted it on my Facebook, so find me on Facebook and I'll have it on there.
Prepper Chicks,
Tuesday
right?
Nights, 10 o'clock.
Prepper Chicks on Facebook.
Standard time.
It's Prepper Chicks on Facebook, since she's not telling anybody. Prepper Chicks on Facebook.
I got my new show coming out 2 weeks from now.
And this is going to be on the Endgame YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Endgame YouTube channel. But the name of the show is Global Intel Review, and it's going to have 6 hosts on it.
You should start another channel.
Wow.
6 hosts, and we're trying to make it a weekly thing and maybe bi-weekly. Most likely every week, not everybody will be there. That's why I got so many hosts, because I always figure there's going to be a couple that won't be able to make it. But we're always going to have hosts, going to be at least 2 or 3 of us at one time. We're going to try to have guests and everything else, and so hopefully it starts off pretty good 2 weeks from now.
Awesome, man.
Sounds cool.
Throw a link up in the room before you go.
Yeah, it'll be on my YouTube channel.
Well, I know. Throw the link up for your YouTube.
In-game WW3.
I guess you don't want to type it in the room, so you people are going to have to Google it or something.
I got to find it.
We're lazy.
Got to find it. You don't know how to type youtube.com/in-game WW3?
There, I got it right here, man.
All right. Well, here, it's going to be posted in the room.
I don't even have a channel, so.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to promote yourself, though. I was going to ask both of you guys to promote yourself anyway. I mean, what are you up to, Lance? Where can people find you?
Oh, you can't. I don't want to be found. I don't want to be found. I don't like people. So yeah, I used to be a people person, but people ruined it. So
yeah, I'm on his boat.
I ditto Lance.
You didn't even talk about the damn recession that's coming tonight, Lance.
Oh.
Oh no, that's fake news.
What? It only lost 800 points of 22,000 or something. So who cares? I mean, that's all fake money too.
That's a fake number. That's a fake money, anyways.
Yeah, it's all fake money. It's all manipulated. It's all bullshit. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Joseph or somebody posted in the room earlier. They smashed gold and silver again. They didn't smash anything, man. It's still worth what it's worth.
All currency is a belief that that's what it's worth.
Yep. It's all worth what it's worth to the right people.
Yep. That's it. It's worth what you want it to be.
Yep. Quit following their fucking lead. That's the one thing I can leave everybody with. Quit following anything they're telling you. because it's not the truth. It's not what they want you. It's what they want you to believe. It's not the truth. So stop following the headlines. Stop being scared every goddamn day by some stupid fucking thing that you see on a whatever. Just stop being scared. Stop it. You only got one thing to fear, and that's him. If you can't see where I'm pointing, it's straight up. He's the only thing that you need to fear. Nobody on this earth do you need to fear. Stop walking in fear. And with that, I'm going to hang up on all you guys, and I'm going to play the outro.
Peace and love.
See ya.
See ya.
Lori, you're not going to say goodbye?
Oh, see you in 7.
Bye, everybody. Okay, that's out of the way. Now we're going to go play this, and I'm going to tell you guys, don't walk in fear. Don't live in fear. You will be amazed at when you stop being afraid at all the little stupid bullshit they want you to be afraid about. It will change your whole fucking life. It will. I promise you. I'm not lying to you. Try it and let me know how it works out for you. Okay? Seriously. Love, peace, and cookies, everybody. See you next week. For real. See you next week. If you listen to this until the end, you're a fucking legend. Bye.